I'm Letty Wheeler and I'm an investment manager at ClearlySo and sector lead for Responsible Consumerism. Over recent months, my sector's seen a lot of activity as consumers appear to be taking a lot more interest in issues of sustainability and are really challenging the brands that they buy from on what they're doing to be more sustainable. At ClearlySo, we're celebrating the recent closing of Oddbox's £3 million raise, which was led by Mercia. Oddbox is a sustainable fruit and veg box delivery service. They deliver wonky fruit and veg via subscription to consumers, and they really work closely with farmers to supply seasonal fruit and veg which would have otherwise gone to waste. Oddbox's investment round is also a prime example of the way in which mainstream investors are increasingly taking an interest in impact opportunities, and naturally at ClearlySo we are really keen to shout about that. Obviously we're in peculiar times and everyone's a bit kind of uncertain, but we thought it would be a good time really to share some insight into our pipeline and the subsectors within the responsible consumer market that we're really excited about and seeing a lot of interesting innovation. Our focus is really informed by some analysis we did at the end of last year around where we thought within the responsible consumer market investors can find the highest returns. And what we found is that the companies that were achieving the highest growth were those which appealed to the consumer on another level alongside sustainability, such as an appeal to health or convenience. And these were really the ones that were seeing the most kind of mainstream uptake. Oddbox is an example of this, obviously, because it's an affordable, convenient way of shopping for fruit and veg, but it's also sustainable. Also within food and the environment, we're seeing a lot of interesting innovation in meat alternatives and also in plastics. So naturally, those are two kind of key areas that are at the top of a lot of people's minds when thinking about climate change and ways we can be more sustainable. And we're seeing a lot of interesting opportunities within those two sectors coming our way. The next kind of key area that we're looking at is global supply chain distribution and logistics. So we worked with a company last year called And Wider, which provides insights into working conditions to suppliers, brands and certification systems, and really allows them to act quickly and effectively if need be. This kind of supply chain technology is really an area, of course, that we're following closely, and also into traceability and helping B2B solutions that really help companies improve the ethics and kind of sustainability of their supply chains. Now, the third kind of subsector is around alternative and sustainable materials. So this is pretty prevalent within the fashion industry with alternatives to leather. We're not only looking at fashion textiles, but kind of extending it to building materials and packaging. Again, the plastics theme feeds into that, which is particularly kind of topical. So that's kind of gives a good summary of our pipeline from a kind of very high level. Now, at ClearlySo, we really think that we're really interested in high impact businesses that are highly scalable, but also offer financial returns to investors. And those are the ones that we think are the most sustainable and ones that we're really excited about. We are well and truly open for business. We've got a really good pipeline, not just in my sector, but in my colleagues' sectors as well. And we're in constant discussion with our large network of institutional investors, updating on their preferences, understanding more about what they're focusing on, and really being nimble and acting to things as they change on the ground.